What's up, guys? This is World Series G, and I'm back with a new MLB The Show 20 video for you today. Today, we're going to break down the Day 1 Team Affinity reveals. If you didn't know, a bunch of content creators in the community were allowed to reveal some of the new Stage 2 Team Affinity future star cards. So a couple of them was sprinkled out over the next few days. We got some yesterday, and I'm just going to break them down, each one that was announced. So before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the Instagram, Everybody Loves the Show, and also follow me on Twitter and Twitch at World Series G. Other than that, let's get into it. So the first Team Affinity card that we got, I got to get out of this. My game decided it wanted to go into, what do you call this? Okay, this thing's acting funny. Don't worry about it. The first Team Affinity card that we got was from the Yankees. Announced by Dorsal Finn. Clark Schmidt, a starting pitcher. He's 23 years old. He's got 92 overall. So he's got decent stuff. I love the sinker primary. We all know sinkers are a tough pitch to hit in this game. And being able to have a card with the sinker primary, similar to the Forrest Whitley card, that's also a very good card. He might be an interesting pickup. Good per nines, 86 walks per nine, 82 control, which means he probably won't throw too many pitches over the plate. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, probably get up to 97. So a guy with some good power stuff and solid, decent control, I think he could be a decent card to use. I don't know if he can crack like a super competitive rotation, but you can't go wrong with a 92 diamond starting pitcher, especially a free one. That's the key with all these cards, is that they're free. They're grind 99. Can't really complain about free cards. It's hard to. So break down the Yankees. The next one was announced by Healy, and it's the Cubs future star card, Nico Horner. If I made predictions, I'd probably predict this card for the Cubs. Nico Horner came up last year. He's a popular young prospect in the game, and he's got solid stats. 93 overall, diamonds. So he's got the diamond animations on defense whenever they decide to fix fielding, but that's a whole nother story. We've got 104, 93 contact, 58, 67 power. So he's got little like reverse splits kind of. He's got better power against lefties, but higher contact against righties. High vision, so you know what you're going to get from this card. A lot of singles and doubles. He's got good speed at 84, solid fielding. Not a great arm, but at second base, you don't need a super arm. If you play him at shortstop, you'll probably have a bigger issue with him. But 93 to be on your team is not bad at all, especially if you're a Cubs fan. Get one of your nice young prospects. So that's Nico Horner. Next one, we're going to go to the Toronto Blue Jays and Kevin Smith. This was announced by a guy who could have potentially been a future star for the Blue Jays, Anthony K., former Met prospect who was in the Marcus Stroman deal. He announces Kevin Smith. I'm surprised they picked Kevin Smith. He's like their 23rd rated prospect in a super deep farm system, but they chose Kevin Smith. He is, hold on, let me move my face for a second so you can actually see, because that contact stat is a little low. Alright, there we go. So he's going to mash righties, reverse splits. He's got 88 contact, 84 power against righties. So he's going to smoke right-handed bats. He's got solid defense, 75, that's probably silver. Solid arm. I don't know why this picture is a little bigger than the other, so let's adjust it. 85 speed, so athletic. A lot of these cards are athletic. Can play anywhere in the infield. I don't even know if at this point he can really start for your team. Maybe at shortstop. Shortstop's not the deepest position. He's got good power, though. He's not really a card you're going to look for too many hits, like base hits, singles. You're going to try to hit some extra base hits with him. High power on both sides of the plate. Decent vision at this point, 68. Almost nice vision, almost. That's basically it for Kevin Smith. 90 overall, kind of low considering the other cards that we saw and the ones that are coming up later. But Blue Jays got a lot of young guys to be happy about, and this is their next one. All right, let's switch to what Mills announced, the Baltimore Orioles. He announces Ryan Mountcastle, first baseman, 92 overall. This card is a first baseman. He is going to rake. Look at that, 102 contact against left, 91 contact against right, 84 power, 87 power righty and lefty, solid vision, good clutch, 102 clutch. This card is basically going to do just what it seems like it should do, hit. Terrible defense. I wouldn't advise you putting him anywhere other than first base, where defense is probably not as big of a deal. But this card can hit. Definitely a bat you would want to use off the bench. Can hit. Just hit. This card is just going to hit. This card will hit. It looks like it's going to hit everything. Righties, lefties, big spots, all that stuff. Like, this card is just a bat. If you're looking for defense, this is not a card you're going to grind super hard for. But if you just want a bat, and for some reason you have Orioles points, because that's another thing. The Orioles are like a team you're not really going to grind so hard for, but if you're an Orioles fan, go for it. You got Ryan Mountcastle. This card is really good as a hitter. It looks like a really good hitting card. Next one is one I was looking for as a Mets fan. Can't tell by the hat, but I'm a Mets fan at heart. And we've got Andres Jimenez, 93 overall shortstop. You look at this card, this is a good card. If you like contact hitters with speed and defense, you're getting all of that from this card. 100 contact against right, 92 contact against left. Decent pop when you look at some of the other cards in this game that have zero pop, like a Xavier Edwards, even the 93 Tony Gwynn. Those cards have zero pop whatsoever. 62 and 55 is decent power, 86 vision. Thing that and he can bunt a little bit, but the thing that makes this card good is that 85 speed with the 95 steal, so he's not going to get too many bad jumps when you try to steal bases. 89 fielding, so close to diamond fielding, but still really, really good. Solid arm all around, just a really good card to play up the middle of the infield. It's going to get a lot of hits for you. I think they're basing a lot of these stats off when he won the batting title in the Arizona Fall League. That's just a couple extra little stats from being a Mets fan, following your prospects. Yeah, Andres Jimenez won the AFL batting title after not really hitting that well in real life during the full season. But you can see he's only 21, and he's a solid card all around just by the looks at him. You got to see if his swing's any good, but just blankly looking at his stats, he looks like a really good card. And the last card that we got yesterday comes from none other than Cougs and the Angels, and we got Brandon Marsh, 94 overall card, diamond. This is just a solid all-around card. 94 overall, you can't go wrong with this card, and you can tell. Look at that, 82 fielding, 85 speed, 90 arm strength in center field. You need good defense when the defense actually does reward you in this game. You want good defense in your outfield, and this is a solid defensive card. Lefty bat, 6'4". That's a big dude. And he's got good stats all around. 94 contact against right, 94 against left, 84 power, 78 power. Solid discipline. Vision's kind of low, but it's nice at 69. Overall, just a good all-around card at 94 overall, man. I mean, that's the best thing about these cards is these are free cards that you can stick into your lineup and be competitive tomorrow. Like, there's not many 94s in this game. If you were able to get your hands on this Brandon Marsh card, you've got one of the best cards in this game at this point. Like, top 1% cards in this game. All of these cards are super good and super competitive. Anybody that played with a bunch of those Face of the Franchise cards knows how those cards are some of the best cards in the game. A lot of them are still in my lineup at this moment, and I'm pretty sure on a lot of people's lineups. I love that SDS is allowing us to pretty much grind for top-end cards because the program cards aren't that great. They're 85s. But these cards, these are the cards that you want, and you can stick them in your lineup immediately and help your team out. So that's the breakdown. That's all the cards we're getting. Today we're going to be getting some more cards. Tomorrow I'm going to try to break down those cards also. Leave a comment on who's your favorite card, what card you're looking forward to, which card you wish your team got or wish you saw. To be 100% honest, I'm kind of wondering what we're going to see with Joe Adell. Because Joe Adell and Adley Rutschman, because those are two of the top prospects in the game. We need good cards for them. I can't imagine that we're going to get 90 overall Rutschman and Adell cards and have cards like Andres Jimenez and Brandon Marsh with better cards than them. So I'm wondering. I'm kind of excited because I think they're not going to do them dirty. So we might see some crazy like 96 overall Joe Adell and Adley Rutschman cards, which would be insane. So I don't know how that's coming, but that's just my little prediction. Other than that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is World Series G, and I'm signing out. Peace.